morning, good afternoon, or good evening to all my favorite chumps. I'm gonna make a kind of tutorial video real quick on how to get into orbit, because I've been showing off this game on the DayZ forums, and Applejack Daniels said he was having trouble, so I'm gonna see if I can make a tutorial for him and for anyone else. This is kind of on the fly. I'm just gonna talk while I do it, so let's get started. Zoom saved. 4 flights in progress. I got my rover on Duna, so I was pretty excited about, pretty stoked on that, landing on Duna and all that jazz. It's pretty cool. And do a quick show of that, so I'm pretty proud of it. Parachutes. There's the leftover component to my landing, which is worthless now. And I sent my rover to check out this rock. Let's undo the brakes. And just kind of driving around and doing science experiments and such. But yeah, pretty cool. Alright, let's do this. You want to make sure you don't hit in flight, otherwise it deletes that ship from that flight. So make sure you don't hit in flight. Always hit Space Center. Okay. I've already got a satellite ship that I've built, so I'll just use that. I've already got one in orbit too, so I will set this on a what's it called? There's a name for it where it goes north to south instead of like east to west around the planet or whatever. Anyway, it's pretty basic, just 3 mainsail rockets with these 2 that only have a half canister less than the main center rocket there, and then I've got RCS thrusters on the sides to adjust my orbit. And what are these? What are those called? I can't remember anything right now. Panels. They're solar panels. Yeah, solar panels. Fucking retarded. Sorry. So this is my basic rocket. It's got a battery, rechargeable battery, the main thing, and then a couple antennas and such. So let's send this bad boy up. I guess I should have gone through how I made that. Basically, it's just these, or I mean, okay, you can basically put it together fairly quickly, but the staging you have to make sure is correct. So what I have here, actually that's wrong, or that's not how I like to do it normally. I like to release these and engage the rockets at the same time during launch. So as soon as I hit spacebar, these release and the engines fire up, and then my next stage releases these 2 side fuel tanks, and then what is this? Oh, for some reason it must not have saved my staging. Okay, now I have all 3 rockets firing on the same stage and getting rid of these, and then the next stage gets rid of these, and then the following stage gets rid of this, so all I'm left with is this part of the satellite. Okay, now that I've explained that, we'll throttle up and immediately after launch I like to put a slight disengage the engines, and we'll just wait for it to reach that maximum point, and it's going to lower a bit, but it should be fine. And during this phase, what I do is actually have to throttle up a little bit to get moving. I want to head right at the horizon on the 90-degree mark. I like to put it a little tiny bit above. There. Then engage the SAS, cut back on the engines, and just wait for it to get there. It's evened out now, so it's going to stick there for a little bit. And once we are about 5 or 6 seconds away from the apoapsis, you can tell by the T-minus, we'll throttle up the engines, and that'll help circularize the orbit. I'll show you how to do that. Time warp. Okay, T-minus almost 25 seconds. And the closer you are to the apoapsis, when you throttle up, the more stability you have, the more control you have over your orbit. Okay, we're almost there. Do it at T-minus 3 seconds. See, it's widening the sphere, and the apoapsis it's rising, but it's not rising a whole lot. It sounds like we lost, or yeah, we're out of fuel on those engines. Get rid of those. Throttle up to get away from them. Okay, let's kill that rotation. There we go. Okay, throttle up again. We're waiting for this periapsis to come up. You want to get it up to a decent height so you don't get stuck in the atmosphere. 83 is just fine. And now, what you want to do to circularize this orbit to make it, nice and spherical. I changed my mind about going the other way around the planet. Obviously, I don't have enough fuel for that. But the way you circularize this orbit is you wait until you get to the periaps. Same idea. Actually, no, I don't want to extend that. Well, I guess I could. No, forget it. What we're going to do is we're going to wait until we get back around to the apoapsis, and then the same thing as before. Once we get around T-minus a few seconds, we'll throttle up so that this side of the orbit gets up to about 105. And the main reason you do it at the apoapsis is when you throttle up at the apoapsis, that roughly stays at the same altitude, while this expands, it goes higher, so you can fine-tune it a lot easier. And once we're roughly around 105, 104, we'll get rid of that fuel tank and then use the RCS thrusters to fine-tune it. So it's time warp here. And those other fuel tanks burned up in the atmosphere soon. Too low. Bummer, man. That's alright. 104,983. Oops. Okay. Oh shit. I didn't even put myself on the proper heading. Damn. 107. 103. 111. Well, that was my fault. I wasn't paying attention to the nav ball, so I kind of messed up doing that. But basically, that's how you do it. It's 111, 17, 103.45. Let's try to bring the apoapsis down to match the periapsis. And periapsis is your closest approach to the planet, and apoapsis is your furthest away you get from it. Oh, perfect. And the way we bring the apoapsis down is once we get to the periapsis, we burn the opposite direction. So that on the nav ball currently, I'm trying to get it to go back up to that circle. That's our delta, but oh, it's using RCS. Of course, that would make things way easier. There we go. Engage SAS. Let's wait till we get there. Oh, still turning. Trying to focus here. Four seconds. What are we going for? 103? Okay. Damn it. 102, 103. Ah, that's close enough. I don't know why it's wobbling so much, but the only problem is once I release this fuel tank, it's going to be in orbit as well. I should have put some small rocket. There's a couple tiny rockets that just burn up, and they're used to push expended fuel tanks away and such. I should have put a couple of those on and then fired it away, but I'll add that to the next satellite. Let's get rid of this giant piece here because it's completely oh, did not mean to do that. Well, whatever. It's making turning a pain in the ass, this giant piece here. There we go. Our rocket, or our satellite is in orbit. Extend these solar panels out. To engage the antennas. There we go. And these RCS thrusters, they're really good for docking and fine-tuning and just slight movements. So as you can see, 83921, if we head towards the delta, turn on the thrusters, you can see it makes quite a bit of difference. So yeah, there you go. I hope that this semi-tutorial helped. or this really half-assed, really quickly put together tutorial was of some use. Thank you guys for watching.